Alright, hello and welcome to my review of 2022's The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves and starring Robert Pattinson. Now, just to be frank, I love this movie. So, in my review, I will try to be as unbiased as I can be, but at the end of the day, I like Batman. I'm a fanboy who wants to talk about the movie, and that's exactly why I chose it. So, to start, I want to talk about the plot of this movie. Now, this is a really long movie, but in essence, the plot follows Batman or his other identity, Bruce Wayne, trying to uncover a mystery in his home city of Gotham. A serial killer is on the loose, leaving clues for specifically Batman to follow, as this is his second year in Gotham as the Batman. And the movie forces Batman to view himself and what he's doing in the city in a different light, and what he truly needs to do for Gotham's growth. The plot of this movie, while making for a long movie, is very tight, and with each scene progressing the story in a meaningful way. Batman, the titular character, is forced to grow as he starts off the movie angry and violent, as seen in the opening scene. After he beats up a whole group of people, the person he was trying to protect is also scared of him, as well as the criminals. Batman is nowhere near a hero here. Scared, angry, hesitant to let people get close, his Batman is brutal. His journey in this film forces him to become a hero. Scenes like when he fails to protect his butler or surrogate father, Alfred, demonstrate and allow this character to grow from his fear and loneliness. The antagonist of the story, the Riddler, also plays a major role in Batman's development, as he's constantly comparing himself to Batman, and in a way, he's completely correct. Both are angry and taking it on people they believe deserves it. Both Batman and the Riddler at this point in their journey are just people trying to take out their vengeance on anyone they see fit. And that inspires more criminals, more vengeance, more destructiveness. The plot revolves around the two's game of cat and mouse, and while that's very interesting to watch, as it's very they make very great puzzles in this movie for even the viewer to try and figure out during watch. Ultimately, it peaks with Bruce finally becoming a hero and realizing what Gotham and he needs to become a better place. Gotham and Bruce are hurt, angry, but compassion and people around you, good people, can help and lead both the city and Bruce to a better place. The next thing I want to talk about is the cinematography of this movie. I'm not a film major, but this film is beautiful with shots like Batman's car, the Batmobile, flying through flames, or Batman's walk up to another antagonist, Cobblepot, or the Penguin, when his car has been flipped over. The cinematographer in this movie is really working to make you feel the fear that the criminals fear for Batman. And sometimes it's just a really good shot, like the scene where Batman and Catwoman are at the top of a skyscraper. It's beautiful. So many different shots in this movie just make you want to pause and admire it, which I had a couple times when I finally got my hands on it when it came out on Blu-ray. However, no film is without its cons, and since again I am biased to some degree, I can say the weakest part of this movie is 100% its teases to future installments and its runtime. While I do believe every scene in this film is pivotal to the progression of the plot and its characters, the film is nearly 3 hours long, and I could certainly see how that could be too much for anyone. Again, I do feel the scenes are all very important, but 3 hours even in the movie theater felt like I really needed to go. It needed to move a little quicker, but I think the pacing was fine. As for its teases to future installments, they feel very forced and not really what the director had in mind, but the studio funding the movie. The scene I'm talking about in particular is towards the end of the movie where the Riddler is locked up in a cell and we can hear him talking to another inmate, which fans of the Batman mythos would immediately point out to be the Joker. However, it doesn't really add anything to the ending of Riddler's character or anything to the point of the whole story. It just kind of awkwardly sits in that point of the story. Last point, and it's a really quick one. The acting in this movie is amazing. Every actor hits it out of the park, especially Robert Pattinson. Acting with a mask on for 90% of the movie must be an extremely difficult task, but he just amazes you with how much emotion he can express just through his eyes and body language. You can definitely tell when Batman is upset or thinking or something's just clicked in his mind when he's thinking about the Riddler clues or even when he's just confused. Extremely talented, and the same goes for the rest of the cast. Like Colin Farrell's The Penguin, a complete transformation through and through. I guess I can also like give my praises to the the costume design team because the prosthetics on Colin Farrell really make him look like a completely different person. While I'm at it, I'll just say everything: the set design, the costume design, the visual effects, everything in this movie is really polished and put to put to perfection. And so, with my expertise in film rating, I'm going to rate this movie a 9.5 out of 10. A must watch for fans of the characters and his mythos, and a must watch for regular viewers. The film is very easily accessible to general audiences. Of course, if you know anything about Batman or just a fan of the character, you'll have a much more a better appreciation for the movie, but the movie is quite self-explanatory to general audiences. You don't really need too much of a backstory to know who the characters are or what they're doing. But thank you for listening to my review.